then move to...
I hate this channel.
No! We are back! We are back!
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another Oregon video. And I've been seeing a lot of Oregon fans tweeting about it, on social media about it, on YouTube, doing interviews about it. Y'all seen the thumbnail, title of this video, Ohio State versus Oregon prediction. A lot of fans, Oregon fans, coming out saying they don't think Oregon's gonna beat Ohio State. I can't say the same. One said if you're a betting person, if you're an Oregon fan, you want to bet on them, that's cool. I don't bet, but regardless or not, if I'm a fan of something, especially a diehard fan, I don't care we going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm still gonna vouch about my Ducks and what they gonna do and say they gonna win. Regardless of what. I ain't, that you may call that being biased, but it is what it is. But when it's this level of talent, it is what it is though, man. And I've seen a lot of people talking about Oregon can't do it. And in this video, I'm going to talk to why Oregon can and why Oregon will. For the ones that's Ohio State fans come across the video, I'm not bash y'all. This is just my take on how I feel that we can beat you guys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get into all that. Ohio State not good. Ohio State is Ohio State in the day. Oregon's trying to get to Ohio State being correct. But this is my take on why, and I think we will beat them. And before I do get in the video, for the ones who's been saying that Oregon's not going to be Ohio State, I know who y'all is, and when we do, and if we do not celebrate that victory. You can argue with UW fan, oh, we beat Ohio State. You can't do none of that because you already coming out saying that we're going to lose. So when we do win, if we win, don't be a week or two down the line this season brag about beating Ohio State when you was one of the ones that was gonna lose. So that is out the category. So when we do win, you shouldn't even be happy because you already saying we lose. At the end of the day, it's college football, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you a Miami fan, they playing Bama. Of course, every Miami fan gonna feel like they're gonna beat Bama. That's what you supposed to do. You a fan of that person, you supposed to want them to win, no matter who it is. Especially when it's an upset, you the underdog, and underdogs come on top. You got betting people out there who bet on their team and win big. You got people out there like that. If you're a person that bets, mattress man, this guy's always betting on underdogs, big time money, win or lose. Majority of the time he always go with the underdog. But it's like, come on, man, you gotta go with your team. But if we can jump into the video right off back, first thing first with this video on why I think Oregon can beat Ohio State. A lot of people are saying we're 0-9 against Ohio State. Correct. Yes, we're 0-9 against Ohio State. Yes, we didn't get to play them last year to cancel the game. Now we get to go to the Horseshoe or whatever the stadium called. If you look, and this is the first bulletin point of, if it's any time to beat Ohio State, it would be this year in week 2 and not the playoffs in the year where most teams are at full power, full chemistry, all that. If you look back on all the time we played Ohio State, we played them at the end of the year majority of the time. We played them in the national championship. We played them with different head coaches. We played them with no defense. Oregon ain't really never had defense ever. We always had high power offense. So it's things that people are failing to mention, actually going deep into, rather recency bias. And that's what a lot going off of. Yes, Ohio State is a powerhouse, but if we being serious, they have to reload. They have to see about all these new guys they got. I understand they got a 5-star. Jameson was transferred to Alabama. They so loaded at receiver, gonna get into that. I understand that. But in all reality of things, they got a new quarterback. They got a new Master T. I feel like he's gonna start. I asked the Ohio State fan, was he gonna start? They was like, nah. I had to look into it. Henderson, a true freshman 5-star, maybe the starter for them. O-line is just like Oregon O-line, cool. They're loaded at receiver. Don't get me wrong. But once I get into the grade, we're gonna get to that. They're loaded at receiver. Oregon's loaded at receiver. We have a seasoned super senior quarterback who's come from the ACC, which is most like to say is a better conference than Pac-12. So I will go with AB over CJ Stroud, a redshirt freshman. He played behind Fields, cool, but also Shuck played behind Herbert. Does that mean anything? No, not to me it don't. Cause Shuck played behind Herbert. Herbert did his thing in NFL when he's at Oregon. Shuck got in and Shuck was supposed to be this, Shuck supposed to be that. AB's not good. He was terrible at the school he was at. But damn, we talk about Oregon being trash. Shuck was our quarterback. But most people don't really know football like that in depth or actually play, you know what I'm saying, in the game 4th and inches. So they understand that. I told a close friend of mine, Coach Ryan, we do a show on my YouTube page. I'm like, look at Shuck. He struggles with across the field reads. Go look at Shuck, all his interceptions. Throwing to the referee in the middle of the field down there. Picked off. Majority of the picks. Terrible. But going over defense, their DBs are banged up. Our DBs, I will give us a better grade than their DBs. Their D-line, it's monstrous. It is. Super seniors. Seniors, backup seniors. So they have depth there. They have depth, they have experience, a lot of it, because all the starters are seniors. All the backups are seniors, I give them that. Linebackers, whole new linebacker crew. Our linebacker crew. Come on. We had Slade leave. It's cool. A lot of people are like, oh, what are we gonna do now? If people Slade leave, what does that mean? We know we got Flo. Oh, who's gonna play behind Flo? Come on, bro. Keith Brown, Mathis. We got a stacked linebacker room where it's like, come on, bro, y'all acting like just because these kids drive automatic, they can't drive stick. And what I mean by that is just because I'm a linebacker left or I was a linebacker left don't mean a linebacker that play middle or Sam can't play that position. In the day, he's an athlete. Athletes can step up to the table, so we have depth there. So it's like I see stuff, I'm like, damn, you an Oregon fan, but as a football fan, it's like you can tell you don't know football as a whole. And for the ones who think I'm talking about them, maybe I am, you know what I'm saying? Like in depth, maybe I am. But it's like, come on, man. So all in all, I feel like this Ohio State team isn't that scary. At the end of the day, Ohio State, the name, carries a lot of weight. Ryan Day, he know what he's doing. But if Cristobal know he's doing too with the talent he has now and what Ohio State, this isn't that top tier scare Ohio State talent as a roster as in week 2. We shouldn't be worried about. Honestly, we shouldn't. And I'm not saying Ohio State isn't going to be good this year. They will be. But I'm saying if it's any time, it would be week 2, which is perfect to catch them while they're not at peak, they're not at best. Like I said, if an Ohio State fan watch this, that's just how I feel doing my research on y'all, seeing y'all spring game. We gonna catch y'all sleeping, if that's the case, if that's what you want to call it. That's how I see it. We're gonna break down Ohio State offense and defense and talk a little bit about it. I've been doing a lot of research on these guys. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Ohio State, but I did a lot of research before doing this video, before I just jump on here and just saying anything. But this is from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? You might get on here, oh, this person that, this person that. I understand that, cool, but it just comes from a standpoint of my prediction. I feel like Oregon is going to win. So right off bat, we're going to get into the D-line for Ohio State. Coming in, they got Harrison, D-end, Vincent, D-tackle, Garrett, super senior, D-tackle, probably going to go to the NFL. They got Smith for senior. So on that line, you got senior, junior. Back up Harrison, Friday. Back up for Vincent, Jackson. Back up for Garrett, Cage. And also you got the true freshman, 5-star Sawyer, who's going to get some playing time. So I feel like how KT5 came in, we want to see him play. He's probably going to start at the end. Maybe the Oregon game. The Oregon game might be his coming out party or sometime along mid-season before the end of the season. Jack Sawyer would be starting. Let's get into the linebacker core. Most of the backups are sophomores, understandable. The starters, projected starters, going to be juniors. But none of them really had no real crucial 4th inches type playing time. They haven't. And how I see it, if we're ranking on who's going to be needed the most, it's going to be the D-line, the secondary, then the linebacker core. All new faces. I feel like they're going to rely heavily on the D-line being the power of the defense. These are our new starters. You have Mitchell, which is a guy who's got fast switch capabilities. You could see him in the middle. Also, too, the linebacker coach of Ohio State, Al Washington, have been moving these guys all over the place, having all these guys learn about the defense. Well, not the defense alone, but just those positions, because they all knew they trying different stuff. If you watch the spring game, too, Ryan Day is trying something new that he haven't been doing like that, and we're going to get into that in a second. So like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people getting on social media talking about it, but it's something that they left out that they don't know that Ohio State is doing. That I did my research now, peep, when I was watching the Ohio State spring game. But at the wheel, you got Mitchell, then you got Simon, which is sophomore. Mitchell will be a senior. You have Gant at the Mike linebacker. He's a senior. You got Ellenberg, a sophomore, and maybe Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? You might have them mixed up. You also have Young and Hickman at the bullet position. So you think, and if you ever see Ohio State play, good on good. They run a lot of cover 0, cover 1, cover 3, good on good. Man, lock up. Oregon has to be ready for that. But Jazz, what's the bullet position? If you don't know the bullet position, it's just like striker position. Miami run a lot of striker. So now you thinking, what's a bullet? A bullet is a hybrid / safety. So you don't really got that traditional Sam anymore. You got a cat that can play safety and come down as a linebacker, walk down. So that's something new you got to worry about. So what's a bullet position? That's a hybrid linebacker, safety, striker. When Ohio State runs cover 1, bullet is responsible for tight end and man coverage. When it cover 3, bullet covers the curl, flat, buzz zone. So if you guys didn't know what that was and it's new to you, that's what a striker bullet position do. We jump into the safeties outside, and this is where I get a little tricky with they secondary. I was trying to look up on the secondary. It seemed like guys that transferred out. Guys been injured. It's been guys that played running back, receiver that played on DB. So I'm trying to figure out like who's who, you know what I'm saying, just off doing my research. But it's like guys going all over the place. Like I said, I don't think as a whole Ohio State know their true identity on the defense as much as how Oregon already know how they going into the year. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So if you're a Ohio State fan, leave a comment on, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with that. But for me, it seems like there's a lot of new faces that are going to be on this defense. Not saying they're going to be trash or anything like that, but having new faces, you know what I'm saying, it could be a win-win for Oregon to strike at that moment where these guys are new, they trying to fill out their roles in week 2. Right off bat, we'll start with safety. You know, you got your boy Proctor. Hooker was in trouble or injured from what I read. Also, you got Shaw. So you got Proctor being a senior, Shaw being a sophomore, Hooker being a junior. On the outside, corner number 1, you know what I'm saying, the best corner pretty much. You have Banks, the senior, who was out in the spring game. I didn't see him. Brown is a senior as well. He's a speedy, injury prone, coming off of Achilles. He didn't play in the spring as well either. Like I talked about earlier, these guys been gone, so you know what I'm saying, that could be something Oregon can go off if they looking at the spring game or looking at film from last year, which the secondary was low-key terrible last year. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Ohio State, y'all secondary wasn't as good, and Shaun Wade did get exposed a lot. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash anything, but y'all secondary wasn't as good as it usually be. Slot corner, Watts, he's a senior. He may play corner. He may play the second corner position, so he might not be in the slot. He's a senior. Watts a senior. Martinez sophomore. You got Williamson as well too. The corner 2 position, like I said, it looked like it's in the air. You got Ransom a sophomore, but he could play safety whenever they do run 2 safety high. That's if they taking a striker out or they want to go traditional 3 linebackers, whatever the case may be. So all in all, with their defense, the defense is new. They will be trying to find their identity during the season, if not fall camp, or what they're going to run with. But like I said, a lot of these guys that's going to be on the field really didn't play too much or like clutch minutes last year. So that's something you guys want to look out to as well. So like I said, I've been doing research, I've been looking at it. Oregon still got to find identity, but I just feel like with the guys we had last year, we got a little bit more one up on them with the defense that we do have and the guys we do have coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's going to be good on good. So I just feel like it comes down to if Cristobal is able to execute how he should be, we can catch them napping where they rebuilding. They doing like a tiny rebuild. When I say rebuild, they ain't lose everybody now, but like I said, this Ohio State team this year isn't like all these past teams where they was like monstrous good. They're good. They're good, great right now. Usually always great. Let's just put it like that, if that's making any sense. Key players for me on the defense is Garrett, super senior, Proctor, they safety, Brown, Banks. Those my 4. Hopefully run the ball. Verdell want to rush for 2K. You need 200 against Ohio State, and that's going to make the scouts drool all over you. No lie. No lie. You dug game, we talk about that later. But you need 200 rush yards against Ohio State at Ohio State. If you really want it, Verdell, that's what you need. So now we figure on the offensive side of Ohio State, which they got some firepower. And we can go ahead and read off their projected starter of my guess of, if it was me, this is why I have started. CJ Stroud, I'm not gonna lie, coming out of high school, I love him. Right now, Ryan Day did say he don't have anybody as the select starter right now as a race, but my guess, it would be CJ Stroud. For running back position, like I said, this is my guess, it would be Williams. He's just a more natural fit for them looking. Redshirt freshman, you got Teague, which is Teague 3. He's the experienced redshirt junior. He remind me of Carlos Hyde, Sharp Carlos Hyde from my hometown. Beanie Wells, he remind me of those guys, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Henderson, 5-star back. So if you're being honest, me personally, I would have Henderson or Williams starting, maybe Henderson, true 5-star freshman. But I don't know if they're gonna have a true freshman back there. Probably T will probably start Oregon game. Then after first quarter, it's probably gonna be Williams or Henderson, you know what I'm saying? Left tackle, you got Mumford, he's a senior. Left guard, you got Jones, redshirt junior. Center, you have Harry Miller Jr. Right guard, Johnson Jr., sophomore. Right tackle, you got Petit Ferrer, redshirt junior. Tight end, you got Ruckert senior. So O-line, cool. I would say they're like our O-line. Like I said, after I'm done doing all this talking, I'm gonna give y'all a grade of what I think of how we match up with position groups. Now we get into receivers. X, you got Wilson Jr. He's a day 1-2 guy. Behind him, you got Fleming, which is a sophomore. Wilson is a junior. Then at Z, you have Olave. He's a senior. Speedy Olave, he's fast too as well. He's a day 1, 2, or 3 guy as well too, getting drafted. Behind him, behind Olave, you got true freshman Marvin Harris Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. We already know who that is. The name speaks for itself. Come on. Like, everybody should know. Everybody in the rush should know how stacked and how unfair Ohio State got all these damn receivers. If you got all these young running backs, I would just go 5 wide, no tight end, and all receivers out there. Bombing shit. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I feel like we got the DBs to counter that'll play a good game against them. And once again, like I talked about Vidal having a coming out game, Michael Wright, I know they won't have him fall in. One receiver, he gonna play his one side. But Michael, you want that first round draft? Like KT5? Bruh, lock up. I tell my coach, hey coach, let's run man. Let me follow him everywhere. Let's not go zone. But that's just me. And at the slot, you got Smith, Najigba, sophomore, and true freshman, Mecca. I can't say his first name. Mecca out of Washington, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the kid. So they're loaded. They loaded on the offensive side. Like we talked about identity, new quarterback. Is he that it factor? If he balls against Oregon, that's his coming out game. That's it. It is like, you know what I'm saying, legacy wise, like this guy's gonna be great. And I feel like this game is up in the air. It's gonna be a tight game. But when you sit down and think, well, a lot of guys individually on both sides of Oregon ball, if they ball a lot, their name gonna be a household name for the rest of the year and until they get drafted. So with CJ Stroud go crazy against Oregon. Oh, he's the real deal. He's the next Phil and all the quarterbacks that came from Ohio State, and yeah. So there's a lot of guys on both sides. They got top tier receivers. I mean, we're gonna see. That pretty much sum up why I think Oregon's gonna beat Ohio State. I'm finna leave right here the scores of groups right here, as you guys can see. I'll go ahead and read them off before I get out of here. But as you guys can see how I did my graded scale, A equals 4 points, a B is 3, C equals 2 points, D equals 1 point, F is 0. But on paper, if we're being honest, you see it, Oregon versus Ohio State. Quarterbacks, I give Oregon a B. I gave Ohio State a B-. I feel like they're more unknown at quarterback than us because we already got, you know what I'm saying, probably a bias. You know, we got Ashford, we got other guys, so Ohio State probably feel the same way with the guys they got. But I gave us a B, gave them a B-. O-line, I'll give us a B-, get them a B+. We got some super seniors on the O-line, guys who never really played and guys who've been injured, so we're gonna see is they as good as that O-line we had with Herbert and company. So I give them that. For running backs, I gave us a B+, and I gave us a B. At first I did give us an A, but it's like I can't really give us that because we still got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? I got a fumbling problem. Verdell, he get hurt, but yet Verdell is still a guy. He's still one of the top running backs in Oregon history. But this is his coming out year, honestly, truly. So he got to get it done. I feel like we got other guys hurt with leg injuries. We got McGee coming in, but those guys will see flash and bits, like a few carries during the year. But that's just about it in my book. And their running backs on Ohio State side, still new faces, so they got to come along too. Tight ends gave us a B-. I gave them a C. I really don't know too much about their tight ends. We're low-key loaded at tight end position, somewhat. Receivers, I gave them A+. Right off the bat, I feel like they got the best receiving core in the country. Then I gave us an A. We're right behind them. I know guys because I follow high school recruiting a lot. There's a lot of guys that's coming out of high school like Franklin, Brevard, and Thornton, guys like that. That's going to be electrifying. But it's all on how Moorhead play, how offense feed these guys. D-line, I gave them an A-. I gave us a B+. KT5 is anchoring that our D-line heavily. Their D-line is all old, experienced guys, and anchored by D-line is Garrett for them as well too. My linebackers, I gave Ohio State a C. I gave us a B+. We all know that Sewell is the guy. He's anchoring the linebacker core, but also we got Flo. We already know what Flo is capable of doing, and we saw the flashes of what he did in the spring and what he could have did last year, just like Sewell did. But right off the bat, you got Ajax coming back too, so we got some faces that we knew, but that really didn't play too much, just like Ohio State. So in a sense, they're around the same realm of guys who really haven't played a lot like that, but they can step up to the plate and do good. Cornerbacks, I got us A-. I got Ohio State a B-. I rate Ohio State a little bit low just because these guys stay hurt. Identity not all the way there for those guys as well too. So we see how that go. And safeties, both B grade. So yeah, that's it. That's the total. That's the grade point average as you guys see at the bottom. That's it. Y'all like, subscribe, and y'all leave a comment. Thumbs up the video. I got Oregon versus Ohio State. When the game do get closer, I'm leaving my score prediction, but right now, right off the bat, I'm giving it to Oregon. Y'all stay tuned for the next video.